What's up guys, welcome back to another how-to video. This one we're going to be going over the ACR or the J10, and both tan and black are the same blaster, so you can use this tutorial for both. So first off, when you first open the blaster, what you're going to see is your magazine, the blaster itself, your handguard, your battery, your growing bottle, your safety glasses, your charger, and your muzzle for the end. Also, there are some gel balls that you are able to use if you wish. First things first, grab the blaster out of the box. One thing to note, as soon as you get it, you're going to realize that there is a foldable buttstock. What I want you to do is basically just push it hard enough to where it clips in place. Once it's clipped in place, it's nice and solid, you don't need to move it. But if you do want to release it, you just push the button right here. Push it hard, and it'll open up again. You can also just remove this foam off the charging handle at the top. You don't need it. Next up, just grab your handguard out of the box. Now, identifying a few things. The end that is full with no cuts, just like this end, this is the front, and this here with the open end is the rear. What you're going to be doing is sliding the rear of the handguard directly onto this part of the blaster. So you're sliding it on just like this. Obviously, the open end is going to be towards the back of the blaster. The closed end or the circle end is going to be towards the front of the blaster. But before you put it on, what I want you to do, there's a little pin right here. I just want you to simply pull that pin out, and once it's out, just put it down to the side. Our next step is simply sliding this onto the front of the blaster. The easiest way to do it is just rest the blaster on the back side of it and sit it like this. What you're trying to do is actually align this hole here and this hole there together, so then you can place the pin back through it. Move it around as best as you can, and as soon as you get to the right point, it'll start sliding down, just like that, and just lock in place. Just grab the pin, push it back through there as hard as possible, make sure that it does lock in. Once it's locked in, you're good to go. It can be a little bit difficult. I struggled a little bit there. I did have to hit it with something solid, but once it's pushed through, make sure that it is nice and flush, and then it won't come out. Once you've done that, you've basically done the hardest part. Our next step would probably be just grab the magazine. A few things to note with the magazine: there is no side door like some of the older blasters. This one actually loads through the top. So just at the top here, you'll see this is the exit hole, this is the entry hole. So what you do is grab your nails, flick it up. Just like that, you're tipping the gel balls just in there. You close it, and you should be good to go. From that point, all we're doing is inserting and pushing. Once it's in, it's nice and solid, you shouldn't need to do anything else. To release your magazine, all you do is push the button just above this part, just above the trigger area. All you do is push it once, and the magazine will pop out. Next step, just grab the muzzle inside. I believe it is a reverse thread, so you're gonna have to turn the opposite way to tighten it. Once it's on, this is what it looks like. Now, our final step, and probably the most confusing step for most people, is where do you put the battery? Well, it's right here. This is actually a little door. What you want to do is just grab something a little bit pointy. Unfortunately, all I could find right here is actually a knife, so I'm just going to pull the knife out, put it in the back there, and then you flick the door open just like that. I would highly recommend using a pen, as a knife isn't the safest option, of course. Once it's opened like that, simply grab your battery. You want to insert at the end with no wires first. So you insert it just like that, and then always remember this: black to black for the blaster, white to white for the charger. So you're going to see just on your USB charger right here, this end is white, and this end on the battery is also white. So there's 3 pins here and 3 pins here, they go together, and then you've got black, and then black coming out the back of the blaster, so they obviously connect together as well. So it's always black to black for the blaster, white to white for the charger. Alright, so the next step is just feeding the black and the white wire back through that door that we just opened right there. So there's a little hole in the middle, of course, so feed those wires back through it. It can be a little bit fiddly, but you'll be able to do it. Once you've got it like that, all you do is just pull the wires and shut the door, and you should be good. Our next step is just finally connecting the battery wires. So again, always black to black for the blaster and white to white for the charger. So connect the black to black. On the side here, if you realize that your blaster is not shooting or the trigger's not working, you're probably on safe. So just twist it over to semi, give it a pull, it's working. Pull it over to full auto, that one's also working. If your blaster sounds like this, then you're good to go. All we're gonna do is just twist that buttstock over and lock it in place again. But we're just watching out for these wires, so we're tucking in these wires just between these 2 points, making sure that we're not pinching any of the wires as well. So tuck it in, pull it together. Once it clicks, it's nice and solid in place. Simply put in your magazine and you're done. If you have any more questions about the ACR, feel free to call us, email us, reach out on Facebook or Instagram, or even our live chat feature. This is Corey from Tactoys. Happy blasting.